Good evening, all. This is Mac, Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. We're standing by now for the opening of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Here held Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday on the ZOE repeater, and on Thursdays on a simplex frequency of 446.125. We're standing by for the net controller to pick things up. Please stand by. We were expecting to hear from Jason, VA3ZJC. He usually picks up the Saturday evening net. We'll see what's going on. We'll give him a couple of minutes to connect, and if not, then somebody else will obviously pick up the net, perhaps even myself. Standing by. All right, it looks like Jason is otherwise engaged. So we'll do what normal amateurs do, and we'll start this net. Here we go. Good evening and attention all stations. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey, and we were expecting to hear from Jason tonight. However, he must be otherwise engaged. So I'll be your host tonight, VA3IMW Mac on the West Mountain. Just a quick reminder, this net meets here on the repeater Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Repeater is VE3ZOE, and frequency is 443.075. FYI, I am streaming live on YouTube. Look up my call sign, type it into the search box on YouTube, and scroll down until you find that red label that says live, and here we are. Anyways, VA3NCA, he's on the web, indicating that he may be a little late for an RF check-in, but that's okay. Let's take a quick standby for any time-sensitive mobile or priority traffic stations. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey standing by. Oh, you lucky man. Yep. Love them while they're around. Sooner or later, they're going to grow up and grow attitudes. Have yourself a great evening, and I'll see what I can do to get my radio programmed for that repeater that you sent me information for. I hit it from here, from home, and sounds like it's working okay. It's an S9 return signal to my station here. Thanks again, Al. Have yourself a great evening.
All right, Matt. 7-3 to you and everybody on that. So, everybody have a good one. VA3
All right. Any other time-sensitive stations? Come on in now.
Hold on, VA3WPG in and out. Good evening, everyone.
Okay, VA3WPG in and out. Thank you very much. And let's open it up. VA3AXJ, number one on the normal list. Good evening. You sound mighty good today.
Just waiting for my damn dinner to get here. for a delivery charge. Do you believe that?
Yeah, that's pretty cruel. Yeah. And if you're paying good money for Kentucky Fried Chicken, well, I'm not sure if you're paying good money for anything that's good out of KFC, but yeah, I'm sure there's a better way to get greasy chicken into your gut. Yeah, the skip the dishes. I don't think I find that competitive at all. If I order from any of these delivery services, it's usually the Uber Eats. I find you can select restaurants and things that have minimal delivery charges. Anyways, your food will come eventually, Roger.
Yeah, I don't really like it, but I just got a craving for it. So, yeah, no. Last time we had it, it was greasy as hell, and didn't really like it, but I just got a craving for it for some reason, so I said, okay, just order it, we'll get it, and that's all there is to it.
Yes, sirree. And from what I recall, it's probably better the second day when the flavors get a chance to meld into the chicken. And yeah. All right. Very good, sir. Have yourself a great evening. Don't forget to eat your vegetables. I think they make a good coleslaw to go with that stuff. Counteracts all that other stuff going on. 7-3s for the time being. Anything else before we make another call there, Rick?
No, that's it. Actually, we'll be clear. My dinner's here, so I gotta eat.
All right, there you go. It's just like waiting for a bus. Okay, let's see. On the web, we've got Larry and William checking in there. We'll see if we got any other RF check-ins. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. We're missing our friend Jason tonight, but I'm sure he's busy with something. Any check-ins? Come on in, say hi.
Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo India. Victor Echo 3, India Uniform Kilowatt.
Okay, Larry and Will I Am. We'll take them in that order. Good evening, Larry. VA3LBI, go ahead.
Evening, Mac. I'm going to send you a message there through email. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's kind of strange when I look at the live streaming.
All righty. Okay. Yep. Whatever you see is needing some attention, feel free. And always looking forward to feedback on whatever's going on. I did download a streaming software, and it was kind of taking over. And I quickly deleted the program. So I don't know if it's messed up any of the other web stuff that was previously working good. So, yeah, whatever feedback you got, Larry, feel free to let me know.
Yep, not a problem. One of those off and on days, ringing again. Of course, the wife wanted to go out, so I opened up the garage door for her. So she can go outside, the dog can play a bit. The dog's not 100% liking the rain, but he will go out there and play. Other than that, grandson was here this afternoon for a while. Had a good supper, and just kind of sitting back and relax for the evening.
Oh, very good. Yep, it is all about dinner at this point in time. And thankfully, the weather is being kind to us so far. I don't think we're having any icing conditions yet. And I trust that will stay that way, even though we may get some drizzle. It looks like it's staying at the freezing mark or just slightly above, so nothing will accumulate. Yeah, very good. Did you get that car seat bolted in securely?
Yes, the booster seat's in there. Tried to find some place to actually, I found it was funny. I said I offered it, but I found out that it's actually the baby seat. The car seat itself is expired said, do you recycle baby seats? Oh, yeah, we do, yeah. And by the way, the one in Burlington, they're liquidating it, so that was kind of interesting. He says, yes, you come in, you pay $35 to have it recycled, and we give you a coupon for $35. You can spend it in our store. And I thought, wasn't that just wonderful?
Yeah, that's why you find them on the side of the road. And I think this whole idea of having an expiry date on a baby seat is it goes one step beyond planned obsolescence. Because I can remember the baby seat that I was a resident of when I was a kid, and it hung over the back of the front bench seat in my dad's car, and it had a cute little steering wheel with a yellow horn button on it, and the retention strap was probably about 3/8 of an inch wide, and that was my car seat. So I'm pretty sure anybody putting their kid in something like that today would be fined, drawn and quartered. But these days, with all the improvements in design and the legislation where the kids have to ride facing backwards until they're X number of pounds or years old, and then transition to a forward facing seat, all they're doing is just making rules so that the car seat manufacturers can sell more. And then the landfills are going to bear the brunt of it, because there is no such thing as recycling when it comes down to that. I think we're going to get to a point where we're going to be just dropping for a second so we don't time it out. We're going to get like the Europeans, right? And the manufacturer is going to have to take responsibility for end of life, and you return that goods that is now expired to the manufacturer, and handling the disposal and disassembly and recycling of that material becomes the manufacturer's problem. I think that's the only way through this. Anyways, don't get me on a rant. You already did. Interesting topic. Thanks for bringing that up, Larry.
Okay, Mac. Yep. I just thought I'd throw that in there. I was a little disappointed, but like I say, I'm not going to pay somebody to give me a coupon that I can put their spend back in their store. They might as well hand me over some free goods and let me walk out. Anyways, let's pick up Bill. He sounds like he's really behind me there, and thanks for doing it, Mac. I will send you a little quick email just to have a look at that. All right, VA3IMW clear.
Okay, very good. And not keeping Will I Am waiting any longer, VE3IUK. Go ahead.
Yep, Mac. I hope I'm in my sweet spot here. Can you copy okay?
Oh, the repeater's loving you so far.
Okay, then I won't move. Have your retention, please. So that's pretty bad. I was thinking of the retention strap there. Anyway, not too bad of a day here. Got a radio delivered this morning around 8:30. The 706. It's not a Mark II Gs. This is 706. So it doesn't have 70 centimeters on it. But it came also with the AT180 tuner. Man, that's a heavy tuner. That thing weighs about 5 pounds. And I got curious, so I went on YouTube, and instead of relays, it has a couple of servo motors in there. So therefore, the weight. So weight is making me up a cable that I can hook it up to the DC house battery, and hopefully not too long we'll be out doing POTA, and we are working on getting something here for a base station so that I'll be able to pick up the net once in a while. But other than that, freezing rain warning, you were talking about that. I just saw that on the weather alert, so they do have a freezing rain warning, at least for this area in Dundas. Back to you, Mac.
Yeah, and they always need some form of thing to get everybody all excited. If you watch the weather radar, it looks like all the colder weather and freezing ice storm stuff is to the north of us. So thoughts and prayers going out to those in the near north, top end of Toronto, and a little further up. Trusting everybody stays safe up there. And QSL, you've got the 706 in the kit bag there, all ready to go. And Yeah, do you think that tuner is going to be something that you can tow it around with you, or is that going to be too heavy duty to be backpackable?
Oh no, it won't be. I just need to get some kind of backpack where I can pack things a little more efficiently and they don't move around, almost like something with shelves in it. But no, because I can carry a lot of weight. I think that tuner, I looked it up online. Apparently, it's quite broadband. So I'm actually going to be curious to try it and be able to use a wire antenna with it.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and apparently it's got two output jacks, and I guess it's one for the HF bands and the other one for 2 meters. So, yeah, very good. I understand there's also an optional 1 kilowatt amplifier that goes with it. I guess he didn't bring that along with it.
No, he didn't, but he was very adamant that I have a look everything over before he took off. He said he was going to be here at 8:30. He was here at 8:30 right on the dot, and I looked this guy up on the KW net, and he sold stuff to folks before. He's also got good positive reviews, so we're pretty happy about it. So, as I say, looking forward to using the tuner as well. So, yeah, it's going to be good. And as I say, we're going to be getting something here shortly, and we'll be able to pick the net up once in a while. But other than that, not too much back to you, and thanks for doing the net.
Okay, very good. Yeah. So, yeah, I heard you talking this afternoon about doing some radio work and getting your external antenna set up on the porch tomorrow. So, hopefully that goes well for you as well. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey standing by for any further check-ins for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Shortest net ever. No. Quick review of upcoming nets. Don't forget the Sunday night 70 centimeter sideband net that's now expanding to cover both UHF and VHF. We've had some good success with operating not only on 446.125 upper sideband, but also 146.400. So we're planning to make that an ongoing thing. So 2 meters is working just as well as 440. The only thing is 2 meters a little bit noisier, so you got to have better signal reception in order to top out on the noise. So that'll be 8 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll see what happens tomorrow with Jason, whether he reappears or not. Otherwise, I'm sure somebody will pick up the net. I'm sure lots of people are embroiled in the worldwide QSO contest that's going on right now. Obviously, the HF bands are just as crowded as can be. Myself, I spent a good deal of time hunting parks on the air on 12 and 17 meters. And the guys that are operating there are very proud to say that they're on the warp bands just to stay away from all the noisy and ignorant operators that are contesting. So, yeah, it doesn't bring out the best in everybody. Anyways, let's see if there's anybody else that is ready to check in. Maybe a KDT or two.
VA3 KDT. Actually, the repeater scared me away.
VA3MCA, quick.
All right, so you're time sensitive, Wade. I'll bring you in first. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm quick, but I'm not that quick. You could take Noel if you'd like. I have a couple minutes.
Okay, VE3 KDT and two young little fellas coming along there. How you guys doing?
Oh, well, we're doing good. I actually had time in a little too. There's the devil himself. Anybody? Yeah, just hanging out. We had a blast with their cousins, and yeah, more more little kids running around playing laser tag. I'm ready for a nap and Tylenol.
Okay, well, you managed to get through the day, and you sugared up the other kids and sent them home, so that's okay. And they didn't destroy everything. You just have some laser burns to repair on the walls, right?
Yeah, no, it was a success. Yeah, I'll be there in a second. Sorry. Yeah, no, we just been got to actually hang out, got to run around. Just basically, we're probably going to sleep really well tonight. My youngest has already been passed out on the couch for about an hour or two. He just woke up and he's ready to go now. And I'm actually just waiting for them. Yeah. The other thing is I'm getting ready to tackle the last little bit of my battle there on Monday. So once I drop these guys off, that's going to be what I'm taking care of.
Well, I certainly hope all goes well on that front also. Yeah, I've had some family members that went through similar difficulties. So, yeah, all the best on that front.
Oh, thank you. I will be probably dropping them off for the net there tomorrow. So yeah, that's where I will be at, and I'm hopeful, and looks like everything seems to be not going to be any worse than it is right now. So it's all just looking up from here. So should be good that way, and I will just throw it back to you. Everything else seems pretty good, so I'm not really going to leave it on a downside or anything.
Yep, QSL, positive thoughts and all the rest of that. Okay, let's bring in Wade, VA3NCA, sir.
VA3IMW VA3NCA. Yeah, good evening, Mac and everybody on net. I did make it right at the tail end there for a brief check-in at least. Not too much went on today. I did a little bit of running around. Thankfully, we weren't in ice, so that was pretty good. Other than that, I made a version of a 2 meter and maybe 70 centimeter version of that experimental 10 meter. So just shrunk down to 2 meter size, and then taking a look at it, I think I found a combo of the cutting it that makes it not too bad on 70 and some harmonic anyways. So haven't actually tried it, just seen it on the Nano VNA. So someday I'll hang it up and see how it does. Just a straight dipole, so it's not going to have gain, but anyway, something to play with.
So is this potentially going to be part of what goes up in the rafters in the garage?
Maybe, I'm not sure. It's longer than the one I've got up in the rafters, so I would have to hang it probably free space outside. But if I was going to do that, I'd use my commercial one, which has gain. So just an experiment mostly.
All righty, very good. And obviously you were busy with a lot of things. For anybody who's run around today, you probably made a good choice, because out of the 2 days, more of a risk of weather being an issue on Sunday. I'm kicking myself now. I should have gone out and done some errands and stuff today, but then again, grabbed the second cup of coffee, came down to the radio, turned on 17 meters, and really didn't leave the shack ever since then. So thanks for your check-in tonight, Wade. Anything else?
No, that's it. Yeah, I was thinking the same. Weather looked half decent at the time, so I thought I'd take the opportunity. Wasn't sure what it was going to like going forward. So, but anyways, it's probably, having done that, it's probably going to turn out to be just fine going forward, because that's always the way. But anyways, thanks for picking me up, and I will listen along on YouTube to the balance of the net. This is VA3NCA. I will go QRT off the air, but QSY to YouTube. Thanks for doing it there, Mac, VA3NCA.
All right. Everybody's check-in is certainly appreciated. This is Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey, standing by for any further check-ins for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net.
Victor Alpha 3, Delta Charlie Sierra.
VA3 DCS, good afternoon, Dave. Sounding good. How's the pup doing with his all D-toothed mouth?
She's doing very well. Yep, just like nothing ever happened. She slept all right through the night. We gave her her little anti-inflammatory this morning. We've got another 3 days of that. A little tiny pill each morning, which she seems to be taking no problem. And she does have some really nice white teeth now, the ones that are left.
QSL. And I think you already said that her breath is much better. So without the decay, then yeah, much healthier for the dog. I guess tooth decay in dogs is also bad for their hearts. So good on you for taking such good care of your little animals.
Yes, it also has an effect on their liver, tooth decay, and some of the bugs that get in there.
Yes, and of course the liver is responsible for evacuating all kinds of other poisons. So that's got to be a very important little piece of everybody's existence. Okay, Dave. Looking forward to getting back to work on Monday. Yahoo, hooray! And you probably already have your boots shined and ready to head out on Monday morning.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Yeah, actually, I did some work today, but not for my work. It was my own personal work for a client. So that was an hour this afternoon that was well spent. So just have to send them the invoice now.
Oh, a little thing on the side. That's always good. Especially looking forward to retirement. Those are good connections to make so that you can manage a little extra income after all the rest of the noise is over and done with.
Yeah, it's kind of just a few small little clients that I look after, and it's always either just evening or weekend work that they know of. So it's just little bits and pieces, and hopefully that might spread by word of mouth going forward.
All right, very good. So what part of the computer service business is this? Is this something that you would? I'm not sure if it's hardware related or software related or something you'd like to expand on and see if you had any budding customers here within this group.
Well, it's mainly just desktop support right now for people that don't know anything about computers and run into issues.
Oh, that sounds like all of us. Joking, of course. Most of our ham operators are, they know just enough to be dangerous around computers. So for me, I just plug mine in, it works, and there's no problem. So, alrighty. If I do come across any problems, I know that I've got you, Wade, and Larry as potential sources of information. We got lots of computer geeks around. Oh, I'm not really trying to call you a geek, but computer geeks, they kind of like to be called computer geeks. I'm not sure if you're falling into that category or not.
No, I'm what they call the least of a geek. I don't spend a lot of time on computers outside of work.
Okie dokie. All right. So we'll exclude you from that category. All right. Thanks for your check-in, Dave. Anything else before we carry on?
No, nothing that I can think of. I'll be listening along here, and thanks for doing this. and yeah, we'll be listening along. VA3DCS, we'll be monitoring.
Thanks much, Dave. And any other check-ins for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net? Come on in, say hi.
VA3CJZ.
VA3CJZ. Good evening, Chuck. How's the contesting going?
Hey, good evening there, Mac and all on net. No contesting for me this time around. I've had some other things to deal with, and also I wasn't getting very good reception on the bands earlier today, and then I also realized that you have to give a serial number, like, 1413 or whatever. And I don't like doing that. It's one of the pet peeves about these contests is giving what number that caller is. So, but anyways, yeah, the bands are just so crappy for me. Nothing yet. Well, we got until tomorrow at 8 o'clock to get some contacts in there. Just finished. Glad you were able to speak all this time there and keep everybody entertained. We had a late dinner tonight. The missus bought a frozen lasagna, and of course I had to add some cheese to it that we had, some nice pizza mozzarella, and threw a bunch on top of there. So yeah, the tummy is full and just enough, not enough to go want to go lay down. Back to you.
QSL. I haven't even told you what I'm doing for dinner. I ordered from my favorite Chinese restaurant. So not only do we have the regular stir-fried rice and egg foo young and chop suey and all the rest of that stuff, our restaurant here does something called a Szechuan for Delight, which is kind of like Szechuan lo mein without the noodles. It's all of the vegetables stir-fried with shrimp, beef, pork, chicken, and I'm sure there's a couple of other neighborhood animals in there. But always a delicious addition to everything going down the chute. So yeah, we got a couple of days of eating off of that. So looking forward to my turn at whatever gets left behind. So yes, today's all about dinner. Anyways, best of luck with your contesting. I know this contest is all about collecting peculiar and multiple prefixes, and I guess the solution to sharing serial numbers, serialized contacts, is to start your list at 1231. That always puts you way out in front of the list.
It's funny you say that. I actually thought of that, and I've done that in the past. Maybe not quite that high, but yeah, I've started in the 100s. So yeah, very good tip there, Mac. Thanks. And yeah, other than that, we're probably going to watch a movie there a little bit later, or I haven't even checked, like I said, the bands since about lunchtime. So how have you made out on POTA today?
Well, I managed to spend a lot of time on the warp bands. So 12 and 17 meters have been very good. A bunch of contacts in Washington State, Oregon, and Nebraska, Arizona, goodness gracious, Texas, of course. But then I popped over to 40 meters, and I cleaned the slate, everything that was on the list. I worked all those stations. Worked particular parks in 20 meters. There's a few that were, those go-to places like Tennessee, Kentucky, and a few other states. They are kind of a pipeline to my station here. So even with QRM from neighboring by 1 kilohertz away, um, managed to get a bunch of contacts there. So chalked up a bunch of new parks. I'm sure that's going to add. Yeah, and there was other guys that were struggling trying to get their activations done. One guy says, "I just need a few more so I can call my activation complete and I can get out of here because this noise with the contesters is driving me crazy." So, of course, I gave him my call, the club call HBO and the club call LOW, and that filled his activation. So he packed up his kit gear and headed home for a cold beer.
Yeah, well, one good thing is we didn't get all that heavy rain they said we were going to get there. And last time I checked there around lunch, 10 meters was just stacked, but I wasn't hearing him all the stations. So the reception for me today was subpar, and same thing, 15 meters was busy and stacked, and 20 all at once there. So, just not pulling them in at that time. So maybe we'll see if it changes this evening there. So anyhow, Mac, thanks for doing this net. Don't know if I'm one of the last call stations, but I'll send it back to you and carry on.
Okay. One other thought there, Chuck. You can always confuse the hell out of your contesting contacts. Give them a number that's a Dewey Decimal number. 13.001.103. Okay, yeah. Dewey Decimal System, how the books are filed in the library. Very good. I did some library time as well. This is Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey, still standing by for any further check-ins for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Come on in and say hi and tell me about your day. Rechecked. VE3IUK. Will I am? Go ahead.
Yeah, when you think of Chinese food, that makes me think of that song by Frank Sinatra, "You Make Me Ache Foo Young."
That's right. That's right. And I got to tell you, I never had a hankering for a Chinese girlfriend because, you'd be hankering for whatever, 20 minutes later.
Oh, I'm not going to jump on that one.
Neither did I. Hi.
I think we'd better leave it there. Thanks for doing it, Mac.
Alrighty. Family show. Okay. This is Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey. Standing by. Lots of time for check-ins tonight here. We are on ZOE Repeater. Just a quick note, VE3 ZOE is sponsored by our own local hero, VE3IQL, known as Terry. And Terry's got a ICOM 7100 for sale. Look him up on, I forget where I saw it. I think I saw it spotted on Facebook. Yeah. All the radios that Terry sells are obviously pristine and taken very good care of. So I think it's just slightly less than $1,300. So you would get a good deal on that. VE3IQL, thumbs up. And any more check-ins for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net? Come on and say hi.
One more recheck.
Oh, is there a call sign with that recheck?
Sounds like you got a station from Etobicoke, Mac. Get in first.
All right, Etobicoke, bring it in.
Yeah, give it another try. I should be able to hit your repeater. This is Victor Alpha 3, Golf Delta Zulu, Gary in Etobicoke.
Very good, Gary. Golf Delta Zulu, good to hear you. Thanks for making the extra effort. Sorry if we were monopolizing it with our chit-chat, but we're not terribly busy this afternoon, but good to hear you across the lake.
joined some of our nets here in Toronto, so got to reciprocate. What time and days is this particular net on? And I remember connecting to this repeater when RPAD was doing a lot of his nets. Yeah, my report during the day, we've been monitoring the conditions north of us. Was able to make contacts through the COARC network, Central Ontario Amateur Radio Club. Got a report out of Peterborough. They were getting a quarter-inch of ice when I talked to a fellow there. And we were able to contact Barry in the LSR repeater from our position here. But the repeater has just gone down. And nobody is going out to try to start up a generator at it because the conditions are just terrible up there. I do have a report too on all the power outages. That's the most serious problems today. Let me let it drop.
Comment.
Yeah, stand by a second, Gary. Sorry, stand by a second, Larry. We'll let Gary pick it up.
Yeah, okay. I was just going to give you a summary of the outages because that's the main complaint all day. Starting at 7 in the morning, there was 27,000 people or 1,000 customers reported by Hydro One that didn't have power. By 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it had gone up to 65,000. At 6 o'clock, it was 103,000 customers without power, and the freezing rain was moving north of Barrie. And just about an hour ago, I checked, it was 96,000 customers without power. So that's the main issue for the people up there, and apparently it's very tough to crews get around. A lot of down branches are blocking their way. And people shouldn't be out on the road for anything overnight because they're going to get whacked. Okay, that's a bit of my report there, Mac. I'll let you continue with your rag chew, and let me know the time and days for this particular net, if you would. This is Gary, Victor Alpha 3, Golf Delta Zulu, back to net control.
Okay, Gary, stand by. We had a comment. We'll bring in Larry, VE3LBI. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hello to Gary there, Victor Echo 3 Golf Delta Zulu. It's been a while, Gary. Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. Larry and Hamilton. It's been quite a while, Gary.
Yes, QSO there, Larry. Nice to hear you. I think you've been pretty active on POTA. The Mississauga Club Net is a bit defunct, by the way. You and I were on that for a while, and it's no longer going. They're having issues with having to remove some of the antennas for VHF, and people didn't like it being on Echolink and All-Star only to talk to our friends in Australia and Texas, all over the place. So that's from memories from a couple summers gone by, I think, Larry. Anyways, nice to hear you, and I know you're active on POTA too. I think you're too close for me to get in touch with you sometime. Anyways, I'll pass it back to Mac. This is Gary, Victor Alpha 3, Golf Delta Zulu.
Yeah, okay, Gary, very good. Nice to hear you in there. Victor Alpha 3 Golf Delta Zulu, Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo, and I'll pass over to Mac, VA3IMW. Thanks, Mac.
Okay, very good. And Gary, just for your information, the Lake Ontario Radio Club meets on this repeater on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at 7 p.m. And obviously, you know the repeater. On Thursdays, we meet on a simplex frequency, 446.125. So I'm sure you'd be able to make contact with me. I did check you on direct. Had you somewhere just south of an S2, but on 70 centimeters. That is a quite acceptable signal report. So look forward to hearing from you in future nets. There's different net controllers day by day. So between myself, Jason, Chuck, and a few others that stand in once in a while, you'll hear different voices. But like I say, Thursday is the simplex net on 446.125, and I'll be the net controller there. So you'd be able to hear my my beautiful timbre of voice. Thanks again for your check-in, Gary.
Friday night.
Oh, and the Friday night, yes. The Friday night ZOE Rag Chew is also at 8 o'clock on this repeater. So from 8 till 9, you get a chance to hear the local guys talk about what they're doing with antennas, radio setups, and parks on the air activations. That usually occupies about 60 or 7% of the discussion. Thanks again, Gary. We'll give you a final before you leave us again for 6 or 7 months.
Thanks, Jay. You had a complaint there about nothing on Wednesday, Max. Back to you. I do have a final comment, by the way.
On Wednesday, there's lots of stuff going on every day of the week. On Wednesday, we support the Burlington Amateur Radio Club Net. So we throw a stone across the pond and say hello to those guys as well. It's one of our local guys here in Ancaster that runs that net on the RSB repeater. And of course, Chuck, VA3CJZ, runs a simplex net on 2 meters, the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, and that runs from 8 o'clock till 10 p.m. on 146.430. Again, that's probably a frequency and a situation you would be able to hear and be heard on. So lots of stuff going on. Back to you, Gary.
Yeah, QSL been scribbling a few things down. Yeah, Friday's kind of busy, but the other nights, 7 o'clock net's not a bad idea. The Burlington net, that's good. Make use of them. I know Chris quite well. I've been talking to him for years now. And you make a good trip into the Toronto area, even if it is on simplex there, Max. I don't know if you're up on the hill or where the heck you are, but you always make a good trip. And by the way, I tried you on direct, and geez, yeah, you're just as good as the ZOE repeaters. So it doesn't matter whether I'm doing direct or ZOE, at least for you. Don't know about the rest of the guys. Maybe they're down in the hole somewhere or down in the harbor. But you're coming in the same direct and through the repeater. Not clean, but very, very readable. Anyway, thanks for the signal report. I hope to stay in touch with some of the friendly guys out there. It was nice to hear Larry's voice too on direct. Sometimes I think I heard him on POTA, but couldn't get to him. I think I bounced right over his head. Okay, nice to chat with you guys on a rainy evening like this. See if we get any freezing rain overnight, and going to keep an eye on those power outages. I'm sure our cottage up there is going to lose it. This is VA3GDZ back to net control.
All right, VA3GDZ, VA3IMW. A pleasure as always, and we'll look forward to hearing your call sign more frequently. So, yeah, good interaction there, and thanks for bringing a little bit more exciting to the tail end of the net here. This is Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Standing by for any other check-ins.
Free check.
Will I am. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that I posted some pictures on Discord of our outing at Salt Fleet. I had forgotten about them, and I had come across them today, so they're posted.
Very good. Yes, brings back fond memories. A wonderful day in the park. Charlie Alpha 5566. 12 operators and parks on the air activation here in Hamilton. Looking forward to our summer solstice event, June 21st at a park yet to be named. And looking forward to eyeball rag chew with everybody and doing a group activation. Thanks for that, Bill. Appreciate the re-check.
Yep, and that was a good segue anyway. So good for you, Mac. Thanks for doing it, and 7-3.
7-3s. This is Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey. Standing by for any last-minute check-ins.
I do have a question for the net, if I could sneak one in. This is Golf Delta Zulu, Gary.
Absolutely, Gary. We keep it lively.
Okay, the question is about backup power for repeaters. I was kind of disappointed that we lost let me look at the call sign, the LSR repeater in Barrie, because we were using that to stay in touch with the guys who were getting hit by the freezing rainstorm, and they lost power. So my question is, how
about the repeaters in the area that we can reach here? You guys in your area have backup power so that the repeater can stay on the air during a power outage situation? That's my question.
Well, thankfully, the ZOE repeater has 3 layers of protection. So if AC power goes down for some reason, there are 2 other systems that back it up. So it doesn't go down unless something catastrophic occurs. Larry, VA3LBI, go ahead.
Yeah, Gary, the ZOE repeater is on top of Mohawk College.
QSL, okay. So you got multiple layers of backup power, battery or generators, and does it auto start, or does somebody have to go do some connection or start up the generator? Sounds like you have a very wealthy club there.
No, it's individually owned. So it piggybacks off of the backup power that comes out of the college. So it kind of has its redundant power backups because of its inherent location. And yeah, the ZOE repeater is not a club-owned repeater. It's the property of VE3IQL. So yeah, it's nice to have that power redundancy. And like I say, it doesn't go down unless something catastrophic happens.
We double back.
Oh, who won? Yay team. Go ahead, Larry.
No, I basically reiterated what saying what you were. The actual repeater is privately owned, but again, it's on top of Mohawk College, and Mohawk College always has backup power because it's one of the main colleges in Hamilton here. Matter of fact, I think it is about the only college. There is one other small one, but other than the university downtown. But so Gary, it's well covered.
QSL. Okay, so you're not rich, you're just lucky. Not fair, not fair. My question is a general one for, could be an emergency or ice storm anywhere, not necessarily on Mohawk College. What if it was down in Niagara, or if it was out towards London, or like we have here in the Barrie repeater? I'm going to see if I can get a hold of any other repeaters using Echolink. One of the things we're checking on a day like today is do the repeaters survive? Are they a reliable mechanism for communication? Or do you have to do it on simplex if you're doing a response to an emergency? But okay, you guys sound like this repeater is a reliable one for you. My question, though, is a general one. It sounds like it's a bit of an exception and you're just lucky. I'll pass it back to Max. VA3GDZ.
I would say we're extremely fortunate. Yeah. And I do not have a real clear picture on whether the Burlington RSB repeater or the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club repeater has that same type of redundancy. I would highly doubt it, but you'd have to probably be in touch with the individuals on that. As far as simplex backup, we're also experimenting with single sideband on 2 meters and 70 centimeters as an option for local communication, and we've utilized that on our Sunday night 70 centimeter sideband net. We typically use that at 8 p.m. on 446.125, and then we've also experimented on 2 meters at 146.400. Upper sideband, and that gives us an opportunity to make really good, efficient use of our simplex power. So lots of opportunity on simplex. So even if our really well backed up repeater here lets us down, then we have other places to go. Good interaction, Gary. I certainly appreciate the dynamic of the topic tonight. You're certainly welcome to join us any old time.
Yeah, thanks for that. that. I gotta get back to doing the dishes. Otherwise, I'm in the doghouse with the XYL here. Anyway, nice to chat with you guys too, and to do it on your net is kind of fun. I guess I gotta go to more different nets in order to ask about their repeaters. How many can stay on the air, or if you are talking an emergency, you better be prepared to go simplex, and you better have a battery that'll last for quite a while, or a generator. Thanks, guys. This is VA3IMW on the side, and back to doing the dishes.
All right. I learned a long time ago that if you're going to spend a lot of time in the doghouse, you might as well make sure the doghouse is a very comfortable place to be. And here I am. Anyways, the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club has their net on Monday evening at 7 o'clock on their NCF repeaters. And obviously we can check with Chris on Wednesday at 7:30 for their net. Okay, taking a quick standby for any last call check-ins. Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey, stand by. VA3 NFG, you're the man. You're the rapper. How you doing today?
I'm all right. Just took my last antibiotic. The bottle is now done. So we'll see what happens next when I go back to the dentist. I got to get these fired root canals extracted. That should be fun. Other than that, nothing really new here. Just another day of the grind. Going back in again tomorrow, 11 to 8. And I haven't even looked Monday. Probably open at 7 a.m., no doubt. Anyway, I just saw the time there. I thought it was 7 something, but it's almost 8 o'clock. I tuned in about 15 minutes ago, and it was still on. So I waited patiently for the chatter to settle down, and figured you'd call last call for check-in. So there's my theme for the pod, buddy. Back to you, VA3IMW.
All right. Thanks for your check-in, Steve. Trust all goes well with the teeth and booking your plans to Greece. No, Turkey. Sorry. Turkey, Greece. That's where I got mixed up. Yes, Turkey. Quick trip to Turkey. Very good, Steve. Thanks for your check-in and certainly appreciate it.
Yep, not a problem. Thanks for doing that, Matt. 7-3 to everybody. If I don't get back on here, we'll listen to the remainder of the net, and we'll be monitoring for a little bit. VA3IMW portable.
Okay. As previously stated, this net meets here on the repeater Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at 7 p.m. And on Thursdays on 446-125 Simplex. Don't forget to also support our Sunday night sideband net, both on UHF and VHF at 8 o'clock. And obviously, we'll also wave a hand to our Hamilton and Burlington amateur radio clubs with their nets on prospective days. A-Reg on Wednesday evening, always great to spend time with Charles to break through the hump day. And then finish up with Larry, VE3LBI, with the ZOE Rag Chew on Friday evening at 8 p.m. All right, that's me, and it's time to turn this repeater back over to normal amateur use. Certainly appreciate everybody's check-in tonight, and waving a hand for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. 7 3s.